Hi, Sailor Moon, Tuxedo Mask, and today we're going to talk about another wrestler who died, Paul Jones. Now, some may be hold on. Now, some may be familiar with Paul Jones, some might not be familiar with him. Paul Jones, from what I remember, mostly was in Mid-Atlantic World Championship Wrestling. He may have been in some other wrestling businesses too. He was a former, at least four-time WWE United States champion. He also was a manager as well, and he did. That's all I can bring up on him. Now, what can I say about Paul Jones since I haven't only seen maybe some of his matches? I mostly was familiar with him when he was an overseer, but he also was a wrestler too. And he died on Wednesday. He died, I don't know. So, on Friday, I guess. So anyway, Sailor Moon says, what I remember from Paul Jones, and it really wasn't this much, because keep in mind, I only saw him when he was in Mid-Atlantic World Championship Wrestling as an overseer of other wrestlers. But he also was a wrestler himself at one point, and he did win the WWE United States Championship on at least 4 occasions. Now, Tuxedo Mask says, I don't really know if I saw him that. I don't know if I know Paul Jones that much. I mean, from what I did see of him or what I did hear of him was mostly from his time in Mid-Atlantic World Championship Wrestling / World Championship Wrestling. He may have been in other wrestling businesses too, but maybe he did. He probably was. But that's all I know him from. And he was also a manager, but at that point, he normally also was a wrestler at one time too. And as Sailor Moon brings up, he was a 4-time WWE United States champion. He died on Friday, and WWE.com did mention it was Saturday. Well, Friday. And WWE.com did mention the passing away of Paul Jones. Now you might ask yourself, hold on, I got to do real quick here. Now, you might ask yourself, why would we be talking about Paul Jones if we don't really know him that well? Since he was a wrestler, and since we were into wrestling, we felt that we should at least talk about this. Our thoughts and prayers go out to Paul Jones' kinfolk and friends who knew him. He was a really good wrestler. I mean, I saw some of his matches in Mid-Atlantic World Championship Wrestling. And he also was a manager as well. He did win a WWE United States Championship maybe 4 times, maybe 5 times. Even though it's not really talked about that much, but he did win them. He did win it. He may have won the other belt on some other belts too, but I think that was the one that at least I know he won. So that's all I'm going to say. Can I go back? Sure. Well, as Tuxedo Mask put it, Paul Jones is up in heaven with God and Jesus now. He's in a good stead now, And he did live a good life, and he did do, and he was a gleesman and a wrestler, obviously, since he gleesed people and made them happy, as a wrestler and also as a manager. So he will be missed. I don't think there's going to be any other Paul Joneses out there. I mean, he was probably the only one of his kind, And I don't know, maybe WWE will put him in a Hall of Fame next year. They might not. I don't know. So that's all I'm going to say, That's all I'm going to say about that. And I keep repeating myself, but all I do know about him was he was a wrestler. He became a manager. He was in Mid-Atlantic World Championship Wrestling before it became World Championship Wrestling. He was a former, at least 4 or 5 time WWE United States champion. So that's it. I'm Sailor Moon. I'm Tuxedo Master, and we'll see you tomorrow.